Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the Ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be doing the daily reading for Thursday, March 11th, 2021. And today is a day that's ruled by the throat chakra and guided by abundance. And the galactic signature for today is the blue solar hand energy. And this pairs really well with the astrology we have going today. So I really love it when this happens. The blue hand energy is all about knowing, accomplishment, and healing. And this solar tone, which is all about pulsing, realizing, and intention, pairs really well also with the blue hand tribe energy. Because today what we're being called to do is we're being called to use our hands, to use our knowledge, and to put it to action in our lives, to create things. It's a highly creative energy, to create, to accomplish, to do things that make us feel good, constructive actions that make us feel good today, to reach out that helping and healing hand to others as well. So that aspect of service, very, very important with this blue hand energy. And really just making our intentions manifest in the world around us. So it's a very constructive energy, a very service-oriented energy, a very creative energy, a very healing energy, and yes, also a very abundant energy. And the affirmation for today is, I pulse in order to know, realizing, healing. I seal the store of accomplishment with the solar tone of intention. I am guided by the power of abundance. And so today with this blue hand energy is really a day where we can understand how giving is receiving and receiving is giving and vice versa. And we can really sink into that today and practice that. Practice giving from that open heart space with that intention of healing and helping another, being the only guiding force. And notice how much you receive from that interaction. And if you are the one who requires assistance today, or somebody just wants to help you, they want to reach out their hand, they want to offer you something, take that, receive that. Because when you notice how good it feels when you give, you then realize and understand how good it feels when other people give to you. And that makes it easier. There's a lot of us who it's easier for us to give than it is for us to receive. And so that really helps us to understand how to receive when we can realize, oh wait, so the same gift that they're giving me when they accept my help, when they accept the healing that I'm offering them, is what I feel from that is what they feel when they offer this to me. So why would I turn that down? Why would I not allow them the opportunity to experience that, right? And so it's just all the ways that we can connect, all the ways that we can we can utilize the power of our intention, right? The solar tone is all about the power of our intention and the power of our focus, and really tune that intention and that focus today to the things that matter, to the things that make us feel good, to the things that we accomplish. And we don't accomplish for the sake of accomplishing, right? We accomplish them for the sake of what the richness that it brings to our lives and the lives of others when we do. That is true accomplishment right there, when it resonates in our heart space, when it fills and fuels our souls. And so that's what we're working with today for the galactic energy. And for the astrology today, we have the moon, which is, as I'm recording this, in the final degree of Aquarius, and will be moving into Pisces, and in Pisces for the majority of the day, all the way through into that new moon on Saturday. And I did just do the new moon video, so I encourage you all to check that out. It was really powerful energy coming through. We are doing the new moon manifesting ceremony. If you guys are interested in that, I linked it in the new moon video. So check out that new moon video and go to the description box, and you can find the link for the Facebook invite group, as well as just the payment links if you want to just send payment with your email. If you're not a Facebook person, not all of us are, whichever way you want to go about it, all of that information is there. It's a $10 donation, 6:30 EST on Saturday. We have a really great time. I talk about the astrology. We have a shaman who calls in the directions. We have a lovely lady who does some singing and some vocals for us to kind of shift the energy, activate us in that way. And then we have another lovely lady who comes through and she does some downloads with us. We do some theta healing stuff, some of that theta healing stuff, that good stuff there. And then we go into a theta healing manifesting ritual. So absolutely come and join us for that if you are feeling so inclined to do so. And check out that new moon video. There we go. All right. Now that disclaimer is out of the way, we can get into these astrological energies. So that Pisces energy, very, very strong today, as it will be through into the new moon. We have actually the exact conjunction of the Sun and Neptune today. And so they'll be moving out of conjunction on the new moon, but they're still, I believe, within a degree of each other. And so pretty close, within maybe within 2 degrees. But we're still very much going to be feeling that energy, right? But today we're really, really feeling it. So we are in it as far as just the essence of who we are being bathed in this Piscean energy right now. And so it's a very dreamy day. It's a very psychic day. It's a very intuitive day. It could be a very emotional day. We could very much be in our feels. We do have these planets or Venus coming into conjunction as well. And so with that energy of Venus, that's that loving energy. That's that romantic energy. So today, all the way through into the new moon is a beautiful time to get romantic. And this doesn't just mean with a romantic partner. This means be romantic in all areas of your life. Romance your life today and over the next few days and create, right? That blue hand energy paired with this, Neptune's a highly creative energy, and it's like that divinely inspired creation, right? And then we have Venus also in the sign of Pisces, which is that creative energy. We also have the moon in conjunction today with Pallas, and Pallas is a highly creative energy, as is the moon energy. So just creativity everywhere. Pallas is also the energy that allows us to strategize, to see the bigger picture, to connect patterns, to connect the dots, if you will. And so we're emotionally, we may be able to do that today. And that is going to be helpful energy, because sometimes this Pisces energy can be a little bit overly idealistic. We can see through rose-colored glasses. Neptune is also the planet of illusion. And so it's a very mystic energy. A lot of those, any sort of mystical pursuits, which everyone on this channel, that's like a daily thing for us, I think. So people who aren't typically into that sort of thing may be drawn to it. You may find more people asking you questions about the things that you do today, which is absolutely beautiful. That's another way that you can be of service, that you can extend that hand, right? Is to sort of show them. So we do have that going on. We also have the moon in a square to Mars. And there's another slightly challenging aspect that we have going on today. Squaring Mars, Mars is squaring Pallas. We also have Saturn squaring true black moon. So there is a little bit of energy there. We also still have that bisextile between Mars, Chiron, and Saturn going on. And so with some of these energies here, we do, especially the way that I'm feeling it is, if we are emotionally triggered today, it's going to be more when things don't match up to our ideals, right? We have our ideal for how our day is supposed to go, an ideal for how we want to people. We're feeling all lovey and creative and intuitive and flowy, and we want everybody else to be feeling that energy. So if our reality isn't met with all of that today, that's when I feel we may get fired up a little bit emotionally. And so we just want to pay attention to that and be aware of that. Yet we also have Mercury in a sextile to Eris, and just a bunch of things that could possibly kind of push our buttons a little bit. That's how I feel that happening. But overall, I feel this is just like a really big, beautiful, beneficial energy that we are experiencing today. All right, what are we going to do? Interesting. All right, so I'm going to pull a little tarot. Clear. Let's get some guidance for today, March 11th, 2021. Okay, so we have the Eight of Cups coming out with the Eight of Pentacles reversed. And so what I'm feeling is this is a time, and this has been coming up in readings, right? And then we have the Two of Wands after that, where this is a time of reevaluation is what I'm feeling. When we're getting in touch very much, and we've talked about this a little bit, right? With what we care about, with what we value, what holds importance to us. What do we find beautiful? What do we want to cultivate in our lives? And so we're looking at the things that we have been working on, the things that we have been putting energy into and cultivating, and we're noticing what's not fulfilling us. And so we are walking away from and releasing some of those things. We're in that energy today. We've been being asked to do this. We're always asked to do this, right? But some people may really be feeling that. And then we're setting new intentions. We're really looking, right? He's got this globe here. He's got this world here. We're like, and this is the energy too with that Pisces new moon that we have coming up. We talked about this. All possibilities are possible, right? The miraculous occurring. And so we're feeling very open to miracles. We're feeling that life is full of possibility. We're seeing and we're playing with a lot of those possibilities. And we're just like, why am I Why am I dedicating my time and effort into something that is not fulfilling me when there's so much other possibility out there? But it's like we may still be in this energy a little bit, right? Kind of going teeter-tottering back and forth, not really sure exactly what we want to do. Like, what do I want to do instead? Where do I want to go instead? And so that's the energy that may not be very clear right now. We're definitely feeling what we're not resonating with, but some people, it may still be either not quite sure what you do resonate with now, or also just not quite sure how to go about making the changes that we want to take. And we have the Page of Wands, right? So this is that creativity, this is that inspiration coming through, right? That very youthful, fiery energy. And then we have the Two of Swords. So this is really going within. She cannot see, right? She is blindfolded. So she's at this crossroads, and she has to make this choice based on her own intuition. I'm really feeling the water in this picture, right? Based on her own, intuition and what she gleans also from her intuition, from her emotions, right? We never want to make a decision based purely on emotion, because emotions are fleeting. They come and go just like the tides, right? Just like as the moon cycles, we cycle, the tides cycle. Emotions are ever changing. However, they can be really good barometers. They can be really good indicators for us as far as what is resonating, what is not, what feels good to us, what doesn't, right? What is going to bring us joy, what is not, what is fulfilling to us. And so we can use those as a great barometer, but above all, the intuition. And it's really impossible to draw a new moon because it's completely dark, right? And so this is feeling to me, in a sense, the way I'm viewing it right now is almost like a new moon. So this is like the energy of us as this new moon approaches, getting into that feeling intuitive space to decide, what is it? How do I proceed from here? Where do I go from here? And as we can see, we put the burdens down, right? All of this heaviness that we're carrying, this may feel a bit more pronounced as we're leading up to this new moon, because it's like the weight of it is really sinking in, and that's really important and really necessary, because if it didn't feel so heavy, we might not put it down, right? And then we have the Queen of Cups, being open emotionally, that open heart center, really, and the Queen is the highest vibration, right? Of the cup suit, of the court cards. Well, I mean, I guess maybe the king. I look at the Queen and King as pretty even as far as that goes, right? Like the Queen and the King are one. They are the top of it. And so I really feel us being asked to step into the highest vibration, our highest vibration emotionally, when it comes to the feminine aspect of our nature. There's a lot of heavy divine feminine energy, a lot of activation and healing of the divine feminine energy that we're experiencing as we move up to this new moon. So really feeling that, and really I'm just feeling, and this energy has been coming through a lot too, this feeling of being very emotional about the things that we're putting down, about the things that we're giving up, right? And so we have the Seven of Swords here with the Justice card. And so another thing that we're being called to do today is to really look at and pay attention to another thing that I think is being drawn to our attention is where it is that we are not operating from our highest standards for ourselves, from our true ideals, right? With all this idealistic Neptunian energy, our ideals are becoming very clear to us. We're really feeling into them. We're being drawn to them. We're wanting to express them. And so we're noticing anywhere in our lives where we're not living up to our ideals, right? Where we're not living up to our truth, where we're not expressing our truth and living our truth. And of course, that is, we talk about this all the time, right? That's what integrity is when we live our truth, when our actions and our words match our truth. And so we're looking at paying attention to where that is going on in our own lives, and where that's going on in the lives of those around us, and really paying attention to who we're surrounding ourselves with. And are they in this type of energy? And what does that mean? How does that affect our own energy? So that's really interesting. Then we got the Six of Cups coming out, and I'm feeling that as incredible healing energy right now. Yeah, especially with the Hermit card, right? The spiritual awakening. There's a lot of healing that's being offered to people today by going within, by taking that time out, by pulling back the energy, and really, like we said, with this Two of Swords card, the guidance, going into that place of solitude and meditation to seek the answers, to seek the healing, to seek that. This is like the rebirth of our innocence, right? And it was really interesting because that came up in the Virgo reading for this month, was that emotional rebirth. And it is really that rebirthing of our innocence right now that's wanting to happen for us. And that's why we're being asked to really pay attention to this energy, right? Because when we are acting out of accordance with our morals and our ideals and our most deeply held values and beliefs, we don't feel innocent. We don't feel pure. And this whole process is us reconnecting to that innocence and that purity that is the essence of who we are, right? And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. So this is a blessing, right? As we reconnect to our joy, as we reconnect to our purity and our innocence, as we go within and we really examine these aspects and get clear on these aspects of our lives. It's like with this new moon that we have coming up and with today's energy, it's not so much about taking the action towards what you want to change. Some of it is. We do have that bisextile going on with Chiron, Saturn, and Mars, right? So it is that in a sense. However, right now is more about really getting clear. Like, what is the path that I want to take? What is working? What is not working? What is feeling good? What isn't feeling good? What's resonating? What's not resonating? And then we are able, once we get really clear on that, we're able to move forward and make the strides and make the changes that we need to make. And that's when this energy comes in. This is that offer. This is that opportunity. This is that new cycle. Tell me more about the Ace of Pentacles. Let's get a little more about the Ace of Pentacles. I feel almost for some people it's like, I don't want to say as a reward because that sounds kind of cheesy, but it's almost like the universe offers a blessing. Something is offered up as, for lack of a better term, a reward for doing this hard work, in a sense, which is really, really fascinating. All right. Yeah, so we have the Five of Swords coming out with the Queen of Swords and the Magician. And so that's the energy of surrender here, right? The Five of Swords to me often means surrender, but it also means like understanding what battles are worth fighting, right? It's very much about understanding that energy and understanding the ability that we have. This is that energy of the focused intention, right? With that solar tone that we have going on today. So it's really about understanding, cutting out the drama. That's what this feels like, cutting out the drama. And realizing and paying attention to where it is. If there is drama in our lives, why has that manifested in our reality? What are we doing to feed that? What are we doing to fuel that? And how can we release that and let that go? It's sort of like the Queen of Swords in this vibration and this energy that I'm feeling her now is sort of like, she sees from that higher perspective. So she's like, this isn't worth my time. This isn't worth my energy. Like, if you guys want to FIGHT over there, go right ahead. But I'm not joining in that. That's not my BATTLE, right? It's just not. And so I'm not my monkeys, not my circus. It's sort of like that kind of energy. And when we are able to look at things from that energy and not be REACTIVE, right? We gain a whole new level of POWER. And we free up a whole lot of energy to pay attention to the things that we do want in our lives, the things that we do want to create and manifest. And we see here coming out of that. Actually, that would be the opposite, right? No, that would be. Coming out of that anxious mental energy. That's the guide to how to do that. And we're beginning to see that more clearly. All right, let's pull a few Keepers of Light cards. Clear. Any closing guidance from the Keepers of the Light for today? March 11th, 2021. Or whenever you find this, right? Time is fluid. So whenever you watch this is when it's going to be the most relevant for you. All right, we have Mercury, open communication. Get a weight off your chest, speak up with love and be heard. So a great day for that communication with all of this loving energy, all of this beautiful Piscean energy, where really people are feeling compassionate, they're feeling empathetic. And we are also feeling empowered with that Mercury sextile Eris energy, right? And so as long as we can speak up with love is the most important aspect of that. But be heard. And we had, I think it was in the reading, the daily reading yesterday maybe, where we had Archangel Michael coming through, assisting people with speaking their truth, with seeing their truth and speaking their truth, and that was powerful energy. And so more of the energy of speaking our truth coming out. And we had Mary Magdalene came through very strongly in the new moon reading. So I love that she's coming out again today too. Teacher awakens, right? That was the card that I was talking about right here. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. So this is really about people using their voice today. Not being afraid to speak what is in your heart. That's what I feel. Not what is in your mind necessarily, but what's in your heart. Right? Because the mind holds a whole lot of distortions sometimes. Right? But we can fact check our minds with our hearts. Right? Because the heart is what's actually meant to lead. The mind is meant to follow. Unfortunately, in our society, humanity in general, we've kind of got that ass backwards. And so that's what we're working to fix right now, is to be led by the heart and let the heart lead and the mind follow, instead of the mind leading and the heart following. And so fact checking with our hearts, and then speaking and sharing from that heart center what it is that we feel needs to be shared. Yeah, and Mary Magdalene is here. Mercury's here to assist you in that communication. And as I said, Archangel Michael came through to do the same thing yesterday. And Mary Magdalene's here to give you the courage to do that. There's something that you're being called to share. Some wisdom, some knowledge, some love, something. Some understanding, some truth. And so whatever that is, she's saying don't be afraid to do that. You have something very valuable to share. And only you can share it the way that you're going to share it. So share it. Right? The last sentence says, don't let anything stop you. And then we have Commander Ashtar coming through, call to act, ACTION. Take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. And that energy is that's that energy here, right? The walk your talk energy. Are you moving with integrity in the world? Are your actions and your words a reflection of your truth? And if not, how can you work so that those are in alignment? And if they are, but you're not having a good experience with that, then what in your truth is ready to shift, right? That's the other side of that. And this energy about stepping up and leading been coming up a lot too. So in one way or another, and like I said, and this is especially with the walk your talk, right? Oh, and it says it here too, lead by example. That is the biggest way that we lead, is just by our example. It doesn't necessarily mean we have to have 10 million followers. We have to we have to be a boss, right? In terms of our career. It doesn't mean that we have to be the head of a project or a company, right? Or a movement. It doesn't necessarily mean in that grandiose sense. It just means, like, what example do you live? How do you live what you believe? How do you live how are you able to be that change that you want to see? Because when we just be that, when we just show up as we are, shining that light, exuding that truth, living that, exemplifying that, that is the strongest type of leadership that we can possibly exemplify. And that has far-reaching effects. You are reaching more people than you know. Guaranteed, each and every single one of us is. We only see and understand a fraction of the people that are affected by the things that we do, say, and speak. And that is true in a positive and a less positive aspect. And that's why we want to be really clear and careful that we are operating with integrity, because people are watching you, whether you realize it or not, and they are learning from you. They're taking notes. And so what example do you want to set? That's why, like, another version of integrity that I like is, somebody said it's something like, it's what you do when people aren't watching, right? And so that time that people aren't watching is actually a lot smaller than what we think, I guess, is like what I'm hearing coming through, which is really interesting. And so it's like, let's live the best version of ourselves, the truest, right? The most authentic version of ourselves, as often as we can. Ideally always, right? But we're learning how to do this. And so it's a process. And then we have Melchizedek coming through, higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. So he's coming in. Melchizedek is dropping that higher knowledge for us. And, our experience has coalesced into wisdom. And so for a lot of us, it's time to share that wisdom, but at the same time, and live by that wisdom, right? But at the same time, it's also time to learn more, right? We're never done learning. I am the student and I am the teacher, right? But in order to be an effective teacher, we must be an effective student. And so, that energy just really, More inner study. What is it that you're ready to learn next? What is it that you're ready to tackle? And just understand and know that you will be guided to, if you're like, I don't know, what am I supposed to learn next? You'll be guided, you'll know. And this isn't just learning in like the book sense, or like I'm going to take a class, or I'm going to study astrology, or I'm going to study numerology, or I'm going to study metaphysics, or anything like that, right? It can be. But this is also like inner study in the terms of like the next level of life lessons that we are graduating into. Right? Because everything that we do is a spiritual study. Every interaction that we have, every thought that we have, every word that we speak, every experience, it is all higher learning. It is all, it's everything is teaching us. And so this inner study may not necessarily come in the traditional forms that we think. For a lot of us, it does come in that as well, but it comes through our life experience, what's being brought to us next, so that we can advance. Right? Because we're always advancing, right? There is no graduation date here. All right. And one final card. Cthulhu wanted to pop out with his cloak of wisdom. All right. That one was much more definitive. And guess what it is, you guys? If for you guys who watch the new moon video, you're gonna flip. The Holy Spirit expect miracles. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. All right, so expect miracles. That miraculous energy is in the air. We are seeing things manifest, things come to fruition, perhaps things that have been a while in the making, right? It is that energy, and situations magically transforming, right? And like, it is so beautiful when that energy comes through. Like, we all need a little miracle every now and then. And like, miracles are only feel like miracles because we have this illusion that they're rare, right? And so I really love this energy coming in, because it's like, expect miracles and they will happen more often. And they will happen so often that they won't even feel like miracles anymore. They'll just feel like, yeah, this is life. This is what happens. You know, it's sort of like the same thing as like when you first start awakening and you start seeing number sequences and you start experiencing synchronicities and you're like, whoa, this is fucking wild. And then after a while, it gets so commonplace that you're just like, yep, of course. Yep. Awesome. Thank you. You know, but it doesn't have the same. And so it's like, those miracles, it's the same way. And those are miracles too. Everything is a miracle. It's just, those are miracles too. It's like, I think some of us are trained to think of miracles as these big astronomical events. And for some people, those are going to be happening too, if we need that little extra hope, right? But it's also seeing the miracle in the everyday moments, seeing the miracle in all of those little synchronicities. So this is going both ways here, because it's like miracles will become so commonplace that they don't even feel like miracles. They just become the reality, right? That's as we ascend. But at the same time, they're saying like, don't minimize it. Pay attention, really celebrate those miracles. Don't minimize when you see 444 25 times in a day, 44 times in a day, right? Don't minimize those little things when you're thinking about something and you immediately draw that into your reality. When you have a question and somebody walks up to you and tells you the answer, right? Don't minimize these things. Get excited every time still. So it's almost like, yes, the miraculous will become the commonplace, but at the same time, they're kind of shaking their fingers at me like, but it's not commonplace. That's where we have that renewed childlike excitement about life. It's like, stay excited, but expect it at the same time. Expect it, but be super excited and grateful every time it comes through. All right. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have Master Buddha, increased awareness, El Moria, awakening presence. And once again, he has the cloak of protection and love too. So that cloak energy wanted to come out again. And that's been coming out quite a bit actually lately. And so play around with that, imagining pulling that cloak of protection around yourself, protecting your energy, shielding your energy field. We are in a very, we're not fragile. Right? We're powerful spiritual beings. But at the same time, we are, in a sense, like, we have so much shifting and changing within us. We're feeling vulnerable. And so we want to facilitate that process and feeling safe in that process. And so that wearing that cloak of protection can be helpful for that, to just make us feel safe, more safe, to make us feel more secure, to allow that this process to unfold in that safe space. And so, yeah, and that cloak, that is protection and love. So really feeling that, paying attention. Imagine like love if it were woven into these fibers, right? And how that would glisten around you, what that would feel like to pull that over you. Ooh, oh, that feels good. I don't know about you guys, but I felt that. Yeah, the universe is with you, right? So we're getting confirmation of that. Trusting your inner voice, that deep connection that we're really feeling our soul speaking to us right now with all of this heavy Pisces energy. And then we have Isis, magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused, right? The minds are very, very, very powerful right now. So stay focused on what it is that you want. Stay focused, stay the path, right? And then the divine director, which I love. He doesn't come out too often. Intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose, right? So those miracles, that divine intervention, all of that energy, for some people, this is like big stuff that's happening that really helps to restore our faith, right? Because it's been a beautiful experience so far in 2021, but I mean, the past year and a half, or however long here, it hasn't been quite a half a year yet, year and a third, year and a quarter, whatever it's been. I mean, it's been tough and it's been intense, and there have been times where I think we go through these periods where our faith does start wavering. And so for some people, that renewal of faith that you need is coming through with this energy. Whether you experience what you would deem a miracle or not, just look at your life and look at how far you've come. And see the miracle in that. See the miracle in everything. See the miracle in a flower, the way that it opens its petals to the sun, right? Just feel and see that miracle. See the miracle in people laughing and finding joy, even when times are tough, right? There's so many miraculous things happening all around us. And the more we see those miracles and we see everything as a miracle, the more we powerfully draw that energy more magnetically into our lives, right? Magic manifesting. All right, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I hope that you have a wonderful day. If you like this video, drop a comment. Let me know how your day is going. There are links below to donate if you feel so moved to do so. As I said, the information for the new moon manifesting ritual ceremony, whatever you want to call it, is in the description box below as well. So check that out if you are interested. That will be Saturday at 6:30 EST. And yeah, my email is down below with a description of the different services that I offer. If you would like any assistance, please reach out to me. I would be very happy to provide that. All right. Bye, guys.